There are 5 types of homes in the Metro Atlanta area that you should never sell. And today I'm going to share what those 5 are with you. My name is Kelly Allen. I am a real estate agent right here in Metro Atlanta for over 26 years, and I specialize in helping people move into Georgia from outside of our area. So let's talk about the types of homes that once you move into the area, you should hang on to. And listen, I know it kind of goes against realtor logic that I would be saying hold on and don't sell, but that is usually one of my first options that I give people when they call me to sell their house is, what if we held on to it? What if we turn this into a long-term wealth building strategy? So what are those homes? By the way, these are great homes that you should consider buying as well, because they're going to be great investments in the Metro Atlanta area. So let's start with number 1. Now, you're probably going to laugh at this, but Chick-fil-A is a big deal here in the South, especially in the Metro Atlanta area. And if you own a home within 10 to 15 minutes of a Chick-fil-A or a drive-through Starbucks, then you can be guaranteed that your home's value is going to appreciate at a faster rate than if it was in a more rural area. So that's my first tip. Buy a home that's within 10 to 15 minutes of a drive-through Starbucks or a Chick-fil-A. Now, why a drive-through Starbucks? Because there are lots of Starbucks in rural locations that are inside of grocery stores. So that's why I say you want to make sure that it has a drive-through. There are some Starbucks that don't have drive-throughs, like there's one in East Cobb that doesn't have a drive-through yet. That would be a great area too. So just make sure it is a standalone, fully functioning Starbucks location, again, or a Chick-fil-A, 10 to 15 minutes. My second home that you should never sell is a ranch home. So a ranch home is a single story home. And the reason why I think these are such great investments to hold on to is because we have such a huge baby boomer aging population here in Metro Atlanta. And many of those baby boomers want to age in place. And what I mean by that is they don't want to move out of the area that they're currently living in. And so what they'll tend to look for are one-level homes, and they didn't build enough of those in Metro Atlanta. It's an expensive type of home to build because you have to have a wider lot to build on. And after about the 1970s, builders got smart and they decided to build vertically instead of horizontally, which then in turn really cut out a lot of ranch homes being built after the 70s. So if you own a home that's a ranch, know that not only is there a huge need for it right now, there is going to be an even bigger need for it in the next 10 years or so. Now, why would you hold on to a property like a ranch that so many people are going to want to purchase? Well, that is because not everyone will be purchasing. Some are going to be renting, and the rental inventory in the Metro Atlanta area is incredibly low, especially good rentals in great locations. Okay, the third type of home that you should hang on to is a home that's in a great school district. Great school districts climb in value faster than bad school districts. And in Metro Atlanta, we have a mixture. We've got good schools, we've got bad schools. So if your home is in a good school district, you might want to consider holding on to it because it's going to grow in equity faster. There's always going to be a lot of renters for it. There is a huge demand for rentals in the Metro Atlanta area, and this is for various reasons. Of course, number 1, it could be that the would-be purchaser is not able to financially purchase right now. It could be that they're not ready. Maybe they're facing a relocation in a year or a big life change in a year or two that prevents them from wanting to go ahead and put roots down now. You also have people who plan to be transient. And so they actually don't want to own a home. They've never owned a home, or maybe they don't want to own a home anymore. There's a huge rental demand in Metro Atlanta. And so when you hold on to any of these homes, you can be assured that not only are you going to have at least one, if not multiple renters wanting it, but you're also going to make a premium on these homes because of the location they're in and the features that they have. The fourth home that you should consider hanging on to is a home that is anywhere up or down the 400 corridor. Now, the 400 corridor connects North Metro Atlanta to the city. Okay, and so there are so many things that are happening along that 400 corridor that cause people to want to live near them. First of all, you've got the commute into the city. That 400 makes it very easy. But you also have a huge tech hub in Alpharetta where a lot of people will work by. And not only that, but you've got incredible schools that hug the 400 corridor as well. So if you are somewhere on the east side or the west side of 400, and I would say it takes you less than 10 minutes to get to 400, you might want to consider keeping that property because you are going to do great when it comes to renting it. Sticking with the geographic location, if you own a home that is within a 30-minute commute with traffic to the city, you should consider keeping that home. As more and more people go back to work, commute times are becoming more and more important, just like they were in the past. And people have not been used to driving to work and spending time at work now in the office, so they want to get there and get back as quickly as they can. And when you own a home that you rent out that's within 30 minutes of Atlanta, that's going to put you just outside the perimeter at a max kind of radius. And not only will you be close to the city, but you're also going to be close to so many other great things like the perimeter area, like the Beltline, like Buckhead, Midtown, downtown, Grant Park, the West Side. There are so many great things that are happening, so many new and exciting things that are happening within 30 minutes of the city that you're always going to have a rental pool for that type of property, which means that you're always going to get a premium in what you can charge. All right, the sixth home that you should always hang on to is a home that's within walking distance to restaurants or shopping. Now, I know not everybody lives in that kind of area. However, if you do, that walkability is so popular now, and it's never going to not be popular. It's always going to be a feature that people will want. And because there aren't a lot of homes that are within walking distance to restaurants and shopping, your home will always fetch a premium because of that. Now, the reality for most people is that if they own a home, they have a considerable amount of equity in it right now, as much as 50 to 100% equity. And I know that most people need to get that equity out in order to go purchase their next property. But there is a way to do that without selling your home, and it's called a home equity line of credit, or a HELOC. I have several clients over the past few years who have gotten a home equity line of credit on their current home so that they could pull money out, and they've used that to go purchase their next home, and they keep their current home and rent it. Now, you have to be able to qualify for a loan holding both mortgages, so both debt. And mortgage brokers do not count the income that you're getting from that property against the debt. So it's 100% of the debt and 100% of the debt on the new home as well. So you do have to be able to qualify for that. But if you are sitting on a home that has a lot of equity and your home is in any of these areas that we've talked about, and it checks any of these boxes, or maybe even more than one of these boxes, then you might want to consider investigating a home equity line of credit if you need to cash out. Maybe you don't need to cash out though. Maybe you already have your next home that you've already been able to purchase. By keeping that property as a rental property, you always have a stack of cash waiting for you that all you have to do is get a HELOC, home equity line of credit, and basically you cut checks from it. So it's like a bank account that is gaining as much interest as your equity is growing every year. And in the metro Atlanta area, that is 6%. As of the second quarter of 2024. That's right, Metro Atlanta real estate has grown 6% year over year if you're looking at Q2 of 2023 versus Q2 of 2024. So Metro Atlanta is a fantastic place to invest, and it's a fantastic place to cash out and sell and move and take that equity and move into your next home. But it's also a great market to buy and hold properties. So if that's something that's interested you, I hope that you have found this video helpful. Put a comment in the box, and please click subscribe, click the like button so you make sure to get these videos every single week. And if there's a topic that you would like me to cover or an area, please make sure to put that in the comments, and I will talk to you soon.